All right, we got another Coyote engine on the floor. This is going to be going out the door here in the next day or two. This is the Generation 2 Coyote, and I just figured that I'd tell everyone a little bit more about what the Generation 2 differences are from the earlier years, from the 2011 through 14. So some of the highlights of it, it has a stiffer valve springs, so you can turn higher RPMs. The camshafts have been modified. It has forged connecting rods, same as the Boss motor. The intake manifold has been improved, better airflow, the cylinder heads as well. So there's some of the just general differences there. And then Ford also has put the vacuum control valve on the back of the engine, and there's a couple reasons why they do it. One is for emissions, and two is it gives you a little more low-end power. So the earlier Coyote 11 through 14 made 412 horsepower. This makes 435 horsepower. So the combination of the vacuum air control valves, the springs, the cams, the induction, that's what's making up the difference. So let's just kind of run through a little more details on this engine. This customer, it's going into an early resto mod Ford. We put the whole front accessory kit, the AC, stand-in AC compressor, the power steering pump with the AN fittings for the feed and return. Have the 140 amp alternator in place, so it's very compact. It looks good, and very, very functional too. We have all the covers in place. We're going to talk about the harnesses and sensors that come with it. And then on the back of the engine, we have the flex plate, which we changed out for the automatic transmission. We don't have the transmission here, but we're going to supply it with the controller, the converter, the transmission, the hardware, everything that's needed to make this a complete kit. On the table, we have all the parts that are going to be supplied with the engine. We have the ECU, we have the O2 sensors, all your plug-ins, your air inlet, the hoses, the PC valve, your throttle lever here, and the whole control module along with your fuses and hoses. So the ECU is the whole brain of the operation, of course, that's what controls the air, fuel, and the spark. The air inlet oftentimes will not work with modified hot rods or muscle cars or kit cars because it's very big. So oftentimes you got to change that out. When you do, the ECU will need to be recalibrated. The pedal here is considered a throttle by wire, so it does not require any cable off of it. It all works with the ECU, talks to each other. And the power distribution box has all the relays and fuses right in here. And then we're just going to plug this in on the engine just to show you a few of the things on how it gets plugged in. So what we got here is the whole control pack. Just have it kind of laid out, all spread out here. The ECU, of course, is all plugged in, and then you have a lot of the harnesses coming off of it. Everything's clearly labeled, so there's going to be some stuff that you're not going to need. Other things you'll see on here as far as the mass air meter, the AC compressor plug-in, the alternator, the starter. So that's all pretty straightforward plug-ins. We're just going to wrap this up, put it back in the box, and it's going to be ready to go.